I don't understand. What is CBT?
Don't look that up, please.
I have a tummy full of bees. Would you like to see T's bees?
Please don't ever do that again.
Welcome to the High and Low Whiz podcast, where you will all see T's bees.
Hi-lo, everyone, and welcome back to the High and Low Whiz podcast, where we're all a little thick of brain and dumb of ass. I'm Nick Davis, they, them, the punching bag at this particular gym. With me, as always, are the various boxers in said gym. Can the boxers please introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Alice, she, her. I play Lorelei Nix, the bunny folk slayer. I don't know enough about boxing to be useful here. I'm sorry. That's it. I'll try to be funny later.
I'm Mike Sayre. I play Taku, the gator-born shaman. I am still slowly coming to terms with the fact that the 1 point of damage I took last session means that I have participated in combat, something I have insisted has not happened prior to this moment, so...
Wasn't your fault. Like, you're not to blame.
It means, though, that your no damage run to Quest World is over and you have to start something else now,
Rip.
so a new challenge begins now.
Yay, new challenges.
Anyways, I think that's all the important information.
Good. Hey, I'm Dean Howe, he, him. I play Rosmo, the dwarf turncloak. And I don't know much about boxing either. So, fun fact, I know nothing.
This was a rough choice for the opening bit.
It seems that way, yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Am I the only boxing fan here? Is that what's happening?
It's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
There are 76 episodes of Hajime no Ippo on Netflix.
And I haven't seen a single one.
And that boxing anime, one by one, every fight will teach you a new boxing term. So I strongly recommend watching it. Hikaru no Go is how I learned Go. Animes are great.
I have homework now?
Fun homework.
No.
Oh no, I have to watch a classic anime that's renowned as being very good. Terrible.
Life
Terrible.
is hard.
On that note, I'm Onna, pronouns they, them. I played Daphne Cinderhoof, the fawn arsonist. And I really don't know shit about boxing. If there's somebody who gets the water, that's me, because as we learned last episode, Daphne's squishy.
That's the corner. That's your corner.
Then she's doing that,
Fair.
yes.
Cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Benny Art. I play Iimish Eamon Hornigold, the quarter leprechaun barbarian, who only knows how to uppercut because he's punching from 1'9", so
He can only punch up. Yeah, that makes sense.
I can only punch up, which is great. Like it's the little bit of charm he has.
There's two great ways that works. Number one, I mean, punching up with jokes. Number two, every shot is going to be a shot to the snarglies. Like, that's all you can do.
It's
They're right there.
kneecaps and genitals, like bread and butter.
Whoops, your subscription in kneecaps has been canceled.
Am I the coach? Is that where I fit in the boxing metaphor? Am I the team's coach?
Kinda,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
either that or I'm one of those things they don't have in boxing anymore because it's like too messed up, like the cut guy, the guy where Rosmo's like, I can't see! Cut me, Mike!
I love that it was
Yeah.
Rosmo
Yeah.
couldn't see, but he asked Mike to cut him.
Yep, that's how that's
He knew
how
that
that
he
goes.
would get more out of Mike than he would get out of Taku.
It's valid. All right, intros out of the way. Let's do a little bit of review from our last episode. Last episode, you guys fought some assassins.
Yeah, we did.
That's it. You did a lot of fighting, and I think I hit every single one of you at least once, but thus far, I have failed to hit Marianne, which is honestly surprising to me.
I have hit Rosemary.
Marianne is a hot mess.
I beat the shit out of Rosmarian.
It's Daphne's cousin who's fine.
Yeah.
That's your role in the boxing metaphor. You're the punching bag, Ros.
I'm in danger.
See, I thought it was me because like my dudes are just walking bags of hit points, so I thought that I was the punching bag, but I think I might have that backwards.
You're a bunch of tough motherfuckers.
Yeah. All right, so just to make sure our listeners know, where is everyone sitting at vis-a-vis hit points and conditions? How's everyone doing?
I'm doing great.
Sure.
Mostly alive.
Yeah,
The only hit point that matters is the last one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Damn Skippy.
And I'm at 5 XP, so I'm sure I'm going to level up pretty soon.
It's true.
Taku is at 19 out of 20 hit points, and as previously mentioned, he's not okay about it. It's a problem.
Pretty busted up about that one, I take it.
Oh yeah, this is the worst day for Taku possible. His no damage speedrun is tarnished now.
Somebody hurt me mildly.
He got a boo-boo.
It's like a paper cut.
It was literally the least damage that could be done to you.
It was probably more surprising than painful.
Stubbed a toe and was really mad about it.
How dare they? Well, Rosmo is sitting at a cool 14 out of 21 hit points.
Ouch.
That's not bad at all.
It could be. I mean, he's been feeling it a lot longer than everyone else, though.
Yeah, but it could be a lot
It
worse.
could be worse, but could be better.
So Daphne is at a lovely 12 out of 18 hit points. She's at 0 mana and is poisoned.
Ouch.
Hey, do we know for
Seems
sure
fine.
how much of that damage that Daphne is sitting on right now was self-inflicted?
Half of it, so 3.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I feel less bad for her.
Like, that's gonna make it really awkward when Iimish goes to punch you for hurting you. Like, it's just not gonna make any fucking sense, and everything's gonna be
Iimish,
lost.
you gotta kick the ass of the person who hurt Daphne. Unfortunately, it's Daphne.
However do we solve this? Daphne getting emo to get extra mana here. Fantastic. How about Iimish, Benny?
All right. So I'm not gonna lie. I have been really good about taking notes, and I have no idea where they are right now. So I'm pretty sure that Iimish has taken, I'm gonna say 10 points of damage, which I think is significantly more than he's actually taken.
Iimish has taken 6 damage after mitigation from armor, but he is also poisoned, so his physical rolls are also at a disadvantage.
Eat some spin, she'll be fine.
Thank you for tracking that.
Appreciated. Good that we have the numbers.
Yes, thank you for tracking things and being an excellent note taker or listener. And Iimish only has 2 XP. He has not failed very often. One of these was gained just last session by our DM, our lovely storyteller and narrator, deciding that Iimish failed at something. Pretty much.
I decided nothing.
Decided?
You flipped a coin.
What is everybody else's XP at? You're only at 2?
Oh, I'm at 3. I forgot to say that. I think. I don't know if I missed one or not.
I'm at 0.
Iimish just failed very little, but not as little as Daphne. Like, it's...
I'm at 14.
You're at 14?
Because, per these character sheets, we needed to select drives. Drives are a result of your character's goals, motivations, and morality. Each one is something that you can act on, and if you do, you can earn 1 XP for one of your drives per session. My first drive is accord. Find virtue in others, not of your own kind. So I have gotten XP
I think you failed that.
every single session we
No,
played
you definitely
by
failed that
never
one.
losing faith in you motherfuckers.
No, you've definitely failed
That
that one.
seems
with
rough.
Rosmo.
I think that's a
We're gonna
loose
We're
interpretation.
gonna circle
That's a-
back on that.
That's a
yeah.
lie.
I
That's
feel
a
like
lie.
I need to double check your math there, bud.
I don't look. I will pull time marks from each recording session to show you each time I found faith and value in one of you.
Oh,
Aw.
in Rosmo?
I found so much virtue in Rosmo just like 3 sessions ago.
When?
When you were so nice and apologetic and apologized for all of the bad things you've done.
That's a non-canon event.
You.
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
All
I think
right.
that was super
That
canon.
was Ros Mike. That was not actually Rosmo, so I think it's invalidated instantaneously. I asked that to be stricken from the XP
It was
record.
actually Rosmero.
We'll
Mike.
revisit this. Yeah, we'll circle back around. All right, let's move it forward though. We ended our last episode in combat with one dude having been just more or less blasted out of existence with a fire spell from Daphne's scroll, and another man's whole junk region being completely annihilated by Iimish and Lorelei just destroying him. The man who just stabbed Taku, Lorelei sighted on him with her magnificent gun, Tanaya Schwain, and rolled boxcars. So, also, in the event that we haven't made boxcars clear, that's when we roll double sixes on any d6 roll.
Are there people
So-
that don't know that? There probably are.
Probably.
Yeah,
You're good to
Yes.
specify.
Probably, yeah. So, Lorelei, tell me a little bit about who you are lighting up. What's your plan here?
If I recall correctly, it was the motherfucker who was going after Taku. And if that's not who it was, that's who it is now.
Cool.
So, yeah, I took Tanaya Schwain, lined up my shot extremely very cool-like, and shot my harpoon, drilling it straight through the motherfucker's eyeball.
Why don't you deal damage for me?
5 + 1 is a 6.
Cool. Taku, as you are standing there, reeling from this just really like the grisliest paper cut, the most damage you have taken in
Ever.
weeks. Yeah, honestly, probably ever. This man standing in front of you, a harpoon just erupts from his eyeball. Harpoon, sorry. And he keels over dead immediately. There are now 2 assassins left on the field.
How are they doing?
Not great, but they're still alive.
I reach down, I put one scaly foot on his back, I yank Tanaya Schwain's harpoon out, I toss it back to Lorelei, and I say, check this box, because I just found virtue in one of my teammates and gained another point of experience.
No, you can only gain 1 XP from your drives per session.
And this is my first one of this
is the session,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Look, with our sessions being an hour, we're not going to be to the letter of the law with that. Just pump the brakes.
I love that it was called into question, though, and Mike was instantaneously like, okay, first thing I do, XP.
Double the fuck down.
Lorelei catches the harpoon and is just like looking down at Taku with her eyes shining, just like, Taku approved of me. Taku's proud of me. And like this is a much needed win for her after, you know, her faith in Iimish having been so shaken by Iimish trying to kill Rosmo.
Iimish blood raging.
And losing her beautiful teeth. And just, oh, she needed that. Thank you, Taku.
By the way, for the listeners, Taku's other drive is dominance, coerce someone through threats and violence. So please be sure to email Nick about the fact that I definitely have now 14 experience points because you all have been here for the full ride as well.
I'm so tempted to find out what your work email is and put that in as my email on the website. So tempted.
Blow up that inbox.
Yep.
Mark XP for that because your drive is to fuck with
Yes,
us.
okay. So I have so much XP for every time I fucked with you guys.
I can't wait to see how your DM moves evolve.
Yeah, they get worse.
Oh,
It's
no.
it's fantastic.
That became a very frightening conversation. Thank you, Dean.
You're welcome. I'm helping.
Alrighty, so you have 2 assassins left. You have let's see, it was both of the crossbowmen are down. The man that you guys did not dead by daylight, your Bindle buddy, he is still alive, and the other assassin with a hunting knife is still alive. They are moving one towards Marianne, one towards Rosmarianne. What are you guys doing?
Just going to recover from his blood rage by going into another blood rage and
Naturally.
Fun.
Naturally. That went so well the first time.
and
He has to prove that he can control it, though.
Get wheelie though?
yeah, sure, that's the idea. I'm positive that's what I was going for. So was Iimish. We're all together on this.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Iimish is going to charge straight towards the one that is going after the real Marianne, because that's also his connection to the Feywild and his ability to get his message back to his Gemma. So he's going to go charging towards that person and throw one of his dishes.
Roll a volley for me.
Can do. My volley's based on strength because that's what I do. That is a natural 8, so 10 total.
Nice. So that is just roll damage. Give me some dammies.
You did roll that at disadvantage, yeah?
Oh,
yeah.
I did not.
You're at disadvantage.
I did not.
Poison.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So disadvantage.
Is that what poison
I
does?
rolled twice.
Yes.
Take the lowest.
Anything with a physical stat.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was a 5 and a 3, and I need to roll one more. Other one was a 6.
Okay. So 8 is the lower roll.
So
It
save
is
the
the
10.
lower roll. So 10 total.
Nice. All right, roll damage for me.
Damage is 8, natural 6.
Ay-ya.
I had an idea of what I was going to do initially, and as soon as you mentioned that they were heading towards Marianne, like, all of that changed. Like, my first thought was to pull the cold iron out of Daphne, and completely forgot about that as soon as you threatened anyone else.
That's fair and valid.
That's an Iimish thing to do.
That's kind of how you play your character. He is the consummate protector.
This won't backfire.
Nah, never.
No.
Better.
I definitely won't use that to your disadvantage. Cool, so you sling this plate across the clearing at this guy. Where were you trying to catch him? What was the effect just that you were trying to deal damage with it, trying to cut him up, or what were you trying to do?
What were they wielding?
Just a hunting knife.
I mean, if I could, I'd love to sever the hand, but if not, I'd still like to hit the hand.
I think on a full success with disadvantage, I won't say that you sever the hand, but you definitely get him to drop the knife. So I think you catch him in that spot right on the top of the wrist that makes your 3 fingers go numb, and he just drops the knife immediately, which is going to bring him to a full stop. The other assassin, the one running towards Rosmarian, is going to, unless someone does something real quick, going to land another attack.
I surrender. I'll leave. I surrender.
Yeah, I think Daphne's gonna pull out her little knife again and slice the other palm and send some blood steam at the one going for Rosmarian.
Okay,
I was hoping the surrender would get them to stop.
yeah, I would like to call this a defy danger. That's what that feels like to me. Is there something else that you think it plays as?
I think that'll work. Maybe. I don't know. I was like, since duplicity is failing me.
It's not failing you.
This feels like it's duplicity in a different way.
All right, it's a 10. So I'm never gonna get experience, I guess.
Son of a bitch.
I've been struggling too, man.
I'm too good at this.
Just count your drives.
On a 10 plus, you do what you set out to do despite the threat or the pressure. I think that qualifies. I think as you shout this, the assassin kind of skids to a stop in front of you and is just trying to suss you out and actually legitimately believes you. Onna, roll for blood magic.
Regardless of how this goes, Iimish punches Daphne for hurting herself and then punches himself for hurting Daphne.
Brilliant.
Onna, when you roll your attack, you have advantage.
Onna needs advantage.
Look,
It just becomes a 13 then.
Jesus Christ.
Gross.
You gave me advantage. Thank you.
Yes.
Gross.
Why would you
you.
do that?
So shit pops off affectionate.
Actually, it's also on a 10 plus, choose one of the following. Spell costs 0 mana. I already did that. The spell gains a spicy tag, which means it does an additional 1d6 damage, or NPC are suitably impressed. I'm just gonna do more damage.
More dammies.
Roll out a damage and tell me what this looks like.
So 2d6.
Oh, this is going to be bad for me.
9 blood steam damage.
So the Bindle Buddy ran out of hit points 4 hit points ago.
Wow. Did he just evaporate?
Oh, we don't get to Dead by Daylight him.
Oops.
Anna, what does this look like? What does the process of turning blood into steam and unmaking this man, what does it look like?
I think she slices into her palm. The blood bubbles up and kind of turns into steam. Glittery steam. He gets engulfed by glitter steam, and I think he just becomes more glitter, or blood glitter.
Blood
So
glitter.
we've had fire glitter and blood glitter.
Yeah.
I think what happens with that is the description. You slice your palm open. Your fire spells still aren't doing fire damage, obviously. The blood immediately turns to steam, and it joins the humidity around this guy. And it kind of looks like blood flies devouring him, what with all of the glitter and the blood. Until there is just more blood and glitter and blood flies, and then just clean bones and nothing else. There is one man left. What are you guys doing?
Lorelei is gonna hop on down, and she's reeling in her harpoon and just
Hop on
start
down,
swaggering towards him. Yeah, hop on down. Yeah, what of it?
I throw the still very hot skull of the man who just vaporized in front of me, and I just throw it at the remaining guy.
I mean, I was gonna threaten the guy, but I like the idea of Lorelei swaggering towards him, ready to deliver a cold ass line, and the fucking skull just domes him. Really undermining.
Throwing it as a threat or as a weapon?
As a weapon for sure. I'm just I don't know, eat skull.
Imagine the skull is a burrito, and then you'll know what Dean is going
Oh,
for.
you know what? I say, hey, I got a joke for you, and I throw the funny bone at him.
Take a +1 on headshot expertise. You made me laugh.
Son of a bitch.
I
Really?
take 1d6 second damage.
I think we all do. Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna
4.
take 4 points of
Yeah, I
damage.
took damage personally.
Yeah, I'm at 9 health now. Fuck you, Rosmo.
8 plus 2, right? That's how that works?
So I guess 10?
Yeah. So, as Lorelei is, like, reeling in the harpoon, preparing to deliver a sick-ass line, Rosmo makes his bad joke, throws a humorous at this man, strikes him in the back of the head, and just hits the off button. And that man is unconscious now.
So good at this.
Oh, sweet, we have a prisoner.
Lorelei turns and looks at Rosmo and is like, "Really? You had to? It was gonna be really cool, Rosmo. You make fun of my lack of teeth. Like, I gave you that very good laugh fest, and this is how you repay me, Rosmo?
Yeah, she was about to do a beautiful thing, sir.
It was gonna be really good."
I pick up the skull and I'm like, there's a couple here if you want one.
I free Marianne from the fire. I let it drop.
Got her out of the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Taku begins the sad but necessary task of consuming the corpses.
He must fulfill his third drive, which is his dark urge to consume simian
Mike's
flesh.
dark passenger that must be invoked in every episode, or we all
He's just
suffer.
trying to mark XP for intimidation, because he's like, I don't kill them, but I do get rid of the bodies, which is super
Don't know how these
scary.
buddies got here, but I must deal with them.
No, it's for Pipesy. Turns out, Pipesy is extremely bloodthirsty.
Pipesy or demon?
Oh yeah, relevant to one of your shaman abilities, by the way. Pipesy is present, so you are in the presence of an important spirit. So I don't know if that's a drive of yours or any other bullshit.
A
God
fourth
damn it!
drive.
Well, I mean, you may recall in the casino that I talked about, eating of these things. And now I do know enough that I didn't eat the guys at the ferry deck, because that would have just drawn unnecessary attention. But, it is very important to use all of the bandit. I didn't want to get involved in violence, but now that we have, I won't be wasteful, and I will honor their sacrifice by ensuring that I eat every last bit of them like a good gator should.
Good for you. Marianne comes out of the bubble, and she just kind of looks at the five of you, and she's just like, I'll be honest, they came in with way more this time. I kind of thought this one was going to go a little sideways. You guys did fantastic. I'm really glad that I hired you.
Taku looks over from horfing down one of these guys like, thank you.
These guys they're fairly professional, so I mean, you guys really fucked them up right good.
I think they're more salty than professional.
To be honest, they were very professional. Now they're not.
They are extremely past tense. This is true.
That is, yeah. Well, I mean, except for the one that Rosmarianne beamed in the back of the head with a funny bone. Good move, by the way.
Thank you.
Lorelei shoots Rosemary at a dirty look.
What?
Can't believe you would betray me like that.
What were you even going to say?
I don't know anymore, because you took that from me.
You didn't have a
took
lot.
my
You
moment.
didn't have anything.
Lorelei just sniffs and tries not to cry and just, bites it back, and is just gonna...
Well, she can't bite it back.
Every time, Rosmo. Every time.
Secretly, Rosmo has a drive where he's able to just get XP by making fun of Lorelei's teeth.
Oh, no, that's too evil.
Iimish pats Lorelei and glares at Rosmo.
It seems like that whole conversation has taken about 10 seconds, so I should be just about done with the sixth bandit.
God, you eat fast.
Sounds right.
Oh my god, your consumption levels are amazing.
You enjoying the human sashimi over there?
Marianne looks at the five of you and Rocky, the young man that you stole from the hunters.
I forgot about the kid.
Oh, there's a child in our presence?
Like I said, I am not comfortable with having the child involved in actual combat.
How
so
horrified is
They're
Rocky at
not
pretty, really very.
Okay.
They're not a child anymore.
No, they're still a child. They're just traumatized.
Yep.
Which equals adulthood.
No!
Rocky is a swamp kid. This cannot be the first time he saw a Gatorborn horf down 6 human bodies.
I mean, that's a weekly event around here.
Yeah, you established that, Gatorborn are top predators here.
Prolific. Marianne looks at the five of you and just says, well, I mean, we still got couple hours till sundown, so some safe time traveling, and we're still about a day out from Creekside.
A day? Didn't those rednecks say it was an hour?
I would like you to revisit how you described them.
Oh, they're dumb.
There you go. You got there. They were talking about Rocky's uncle dad, so I mean...
I'd forgotten about that. Now I'm just sad again.
So do we want to set out, or do you guys want to try and make a camp?
I wouldn't mind walking a little bit further. It helps me digest.
Well, if it's for his constitutional, I guess we gotta carry on.
All right. You guys start to walk away from the site of this last battle here.
Encounter complete.
I'm going to rationalize this into a hunt because I don't get involved in combats. But we ate, and a hunt is a perfectly legitimate thing. So that's how I am rationalizing this down. It does make me think a little bit less of all of you because while you didn't eat them, so there's not really a cannibal element, you did help me hunt your own kind so I could devour them. But I've already kind of gotten used to the fact that you're imperfect friends.
None of us are humans.
It was not my own kind. These were not leprechauns.
Oh, okay, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It was a hunt.
Yeah, it's a hunt.
I would like any single one of you, but one of you, not all of you, to roll Discern Realities on the man who got funny boned to unconsciousness.
Ooh, I'll do a Discern Realities. I've got a 9, and as a reminder, I have Shaman's Intuition. When I discern realities, hit or miss, I may also ask what here is out of balance.
Yeah.
The answer is your crew every time.
The other ones you get to choose from are what happened here recently, what are the signs of what is to come, what should I be on the lookout for, what here is useful or valuable to me, who's really in control here, and what is being concealed. In terms of what is out of balance here, these guys were not humans. These guys were elves, and not the kind of elves that you normally see in the Skylands. These guys are old elves, like the classic elves, the elves that wood elves and swamp elves come from.
Pardon me. They were. They no longer are.
What are the signs of things to come?
As you are rolling the bodies, just, looking for more scrap you can pick off of them.
I spit that out as it catches on my teeth.
Absolutely.
Is there any leftover cold iron? The bodies?
Yeah,
I want to definitely pocket that if I can.
There's some in me you can have.
Yeah, there's still a bolt in Daphne and Iimish.
Cool beans.
I would say that you guys are able to extract those pretty cleanly.
I'm spitting it out, when you eat, duck that you hunted and there's always, a little pellet or two inside the duck. Yeah, it's just that.
So I'm going to take my harpoon, disconnect it from Tanaya Schwain, and I'm going to wrap it around our unconscious elf buddy. And I'm going to use those cold iron crossbolts and, drive them through the chain and sort of, winch them and secure them. So, they're sort of the locking mechanisms on the chain around him, and I'm going to turn him into our newest bindle buddy. And this time we'll probably Dead by Daylight him, because clearly not doing that worked out very badly for us.
Fair enough.
Surely one of these people will value their lives and not come after us again.
Exactly, so I'm going to sling him over my shoulder after I do that.
Among the bodies, Rosmo, you do find 2 cold iron daggers. One of them was broken. It's the hunting knives.
Useless.
And you find a dozen or so cold iron crossbow bolts.
Ugh, I don't have a crossbow bolt. I don't have a crossbow.
Mike, answering what is the signs of what is to come. As you are picking at one of these guys, you kind of get into looking at his the clothing that's under his cloak. And number one, the stitching is really, really, really nice. This is quality clothing. Moisture wicking, which, in a place like the Glades is pretty helpful. But you find a sigil kind of over the heart, or where the heart should be, that looks like a maple leaf almost, and it looks like it is browned and kind of fading, like a fall leaf.
So these people weren't Fae, they were Canadian.
Is it on the clothing or is it on the elf?
It is stitched into the clothing.
I'm in the middle of using this wonderful moisture wicking microfiber to wipe the gore off of my mouth when I notice the little sigil there. And so I just flip that around to the rest of the group. I'm like, did anybody notice what it looked like while they were not food? Was it still this color?
Feels like Iimish and Daphne would have a sense of this. Is there...
Iimish and Daphne, I will let you guys roll just an up and down 2d6.
Okay.
And actually, go ahead and add your int score to it.
All right. So that's a 6 rolled, 7 for me total.
Okay.
7 rolled, 10 for me total.
I keep forgetting how brilliant you are. Iimish knows.
On a 7, Iimish, you recognize that it is one of the noble houses in the courts. Daphne, on a 10, you know for certain which house. This is the House of Hags.
Oh.
You know about hags. Short story, they are the witches of legend. Anytime that there's a story about, a Hansel and Gretel style story, that witch is a hag. A Snow White type story, that witch is a hag. All witches owe their reputation and their power to the hags. And the House of Hags is where they come from. Hooray!
Yeah, Daphne's gonna relay that.
Yeah, before we do delve too deep into the info dump on that, like Iimish goes up to Daphne and just asks, Daphne, are you okay? Are you fine from the fight?
Yeah, I could probably use a rest soon, but I'm good now.
Sure, everything's fine.
She'll look down at herself. I think I'm good.
Have you already pulled the cold iron out of you at this point?
Didn't Rosmo come by and just yank him out of both of us?
Yeah. We're using the cold iron bolts that hurt you.
All right, I thought that was checking the bodies kind of thing. I didn't think that he had actually come by and pulled it out of both of us, because I think there would have been a reaction from Iimish on that.
I'll take
That's
that.
okay.
Thanks.
All right, well, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I'm sorry I didn't take care of you like I should.
Are you okay, Iimish?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Uh-huh. Are you sure? You kind of really lost yourself there.
I'm fine now.
Okay. Let's stay fine.
Do me best. Thank you for checking me when I got a little lost there.
That's what friends are for. And she'll kind of just lean down so he can jump on her shoulders if he wants.
That's fucking right. And he totally jumps up and just starts holding the horns and is happy as could be. It's,
Nice.
Aw.
Love that. Love that.
That was Iimish's check-in to make sure everything was cool.
Love that.
And yeah,
Great.
thank you, Daphne.
So you guys get moving down the road.
No apologies for Lorelei, huh? Okay. I see how it is.
I didn't actually do anything to Lorelei, so
Yeah, I wonder why
Iimish was running to attack Rosmo.
No, he ran up the chain to attack you, and then I threw a rock or something at him. I can't have beans.
It was beans.
It was beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it was very fast.
very fast. My beans were faster.
A lot of things were happening at the same time.
Iimish may be fast, but Rosmo's beans are faster.
We seem to have successfully navigated the violence of the day, so I am going to dismiss my illusions on Marianne and Rosmo. Marianne can go back to being Marianne, and Rosmo can go back to being Rosmo. Unless you want to stay Marianne. I can understand why you would maybe not
I never
want to
wanted this for a single second. I hate it, actually. I didn't ever consent to 1 minute.
This guy's a hero. He talks a big
Absolutely.
game, but he's got a heart of gold.
Iimish just leans into Daphne, and it is he was so much more pleasant as Marianne.
I'm sorry for contributing.
No, that was whispered. That had nothing to do with you.
So you guys are heading, you get back onto the road, you are heading down the road, and at this point, Marianne is outright skipping. She's having a blast.
Lorelei's gonna fall into step with Rosmo.
So how do you feel about almost being stabbed by that guy, huh? That was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Admittedly, I don't think he would have stabbed me. I think he would have beat me to death with his tiny, tiny little fists, which are very frighteningly strong.
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of thought we were all better friends than that. Not my favorite thing that's happened today, that's for sure.
A frightening look into the depth of one of our companions' sheer uncontrollable bloodlust, yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys saying this loud enough for others to hear, or is this just between the two of you?
I was about to ask, can Iimish try and overhear this?
Can Marianne?
I feel like Lorelei would try to not keep it on the down low, but she's not trying to be heard either.
Roll an up and down luck check
It's
for
a
me,
middle
Alice.
slider, the best of the sliders.
You want to roll high if you want to not be heard by Marianne.
Well, that was a 2.
Okay.
Does that mean Iimish heard too?
You want another luck check?
I think in this case, Iimish would need to roll his own luck check, and you want to roll high to be able to hear.
That's a natural 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
was
heard.
I supposed to roll 2 dice?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
it's okay. It was a 3. So
5 total?
No, it was 3 total.
Oh, okay.
So Marianne kind of slows down her skipping so that you and Rosmo are even pace with her. And she kind of leans in and also fairly quietly to the two of you just kind of goes, I mean, it wouldn't be unsurprising that you two are the only ones here with a dark passenger, right? I mean, everyone has a past. Everyone has their own baggage and issues.
Lorelei kind of squints and looks over at Marianne, and there's not like a vibe check roll in this game, is there?
There's not.
Damn. Okay.
What are you trying to find out?
I think the things we've been learning about Marianne are a little unsettling to her, and I don't think Lorelei is seeing this as like Marianne is trying to sort of like make us feel better. This feels more like an attempt to sort of sow discord, and Lorelei doesn't like that.
I would say you can roll plus charisma for me.
Okay. It's not wisdom, so that's, could be worse. 8.
You know, just from the way that she has talked to you and some of the things that she has done, that Marianne is not what she appears to be. And what she appears to be is something smaller than a human, but bigger than a halfling. She is something that defies making sense. The color patterning, the weird hair growth very suddenly, like something is off. Piecing together also some of the bits of things that she has said. You've heard that she escaped from the court. You heard that she was exiled from the court. You've also found the assassins that were sent to dispatch her were from the House of Hags. You also know that her mother is something of a tyrant and tried to kill her.
That's normal.
Everybody's been there.
Yeah.
For Lorelei, yeah.
Not
So-
me. I love my mother. She's great.
Putting the info there, now you have the tiger on the table so you can yell at it. You guys can make an informed thought process on what she is, what she's doing. But you can either do that with her there, or you can wait until you guys are down for camp for the night.
Lorelei is gonna kind of start to slow down, and she's got that moment of, oh hell no, we're gonna have it out right now.
Such a Lorelei move.
But, she's got a lot of pain in her side. She looks down and sees Rosmo and how beat up he is. Looks over and sees the little blood droplets following Daphne's little clip-clops from her hands. Sees Iimish and just kind of winces in general, and over to Taku, who has suffered the greatest wound of all. Has suffered the most of any person in all of the Skylands, in all of history. And she thinks, I can't do this to them. We're not ready for this. But she puts a pin in that thought. And I think kind of just side-eyeing Marianne sort of turns away from her and slings an arm around Rosmo's shoulder and sort of moves us forward away from her, very much in a I see you and I'm not playing your game.
Okay.
Sweet, sweet Lorelei. Her heart's as big as her teeth.
Ooh.
Ow.
Wowzers,
Oh.
I expect this from
That-
Rosmo.
That was dark.
Oh.
What? Is that not a compliment?
Taku
No.
giveth and Taku taketh away.
I could have sworn that was a compliment. God, you warm-blooded creatures.
I have 6 more days until my teeth grow back.
Well, maybe it's also a little broken right now, so...
Before we move forward, actually,
Yeah.
I think Iimish picks up his pace a little bit to catch up to Marianne, and is very blunt and just asks outright, and it's from a genuine place.
Sure.
Just says, so why were you exiled?
The long story or the short story?
We did that bit already.
Yeah. It's a genuine question. There's a long story and there's a short story.
Well, I'm curious about the long story, but if it gets too long, I might cut you short. I'm a small man.
I mean, you're Fae, so you're aware of politicking in the courts. And you know how about 85% of that is done with a knife.
Yes, indeed.
Succession in my particular family arena is always done with a knife. And typically, the queens where I'm from tend to try to prevent that with a knife. Unfortunate because they keep having daughters, and we're kind of a matriarchal society, and that's just how that goes.
Gets worse. Yeah.
So my mother is, I think I said already, a bit of a tyrant, likes torture, likes killing, is real good at both of those things in a real bad way.
Well, what do you like?
Now that's a complicated question. I suppose torture and killing aren't necessarily off the table, but not my favorite things. I like deals, I like, contracts, I like,
You like bargains.
bargains are great, yeah. Yeah, I do like a bargain from time to time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's usually where I tend to live. And, obviously trying to get something for me out of it. Who wouldn't try and make a bargain that benefits them? But, yeah, that's where I am. But, I kind of opposed the things that my mother wanted, and she had me locked away. And when I broke out, I managed to make it here into the Glades, and found out that my kind weren't particularly liked here, so found my way up the spiral here and been here for a few decades.
So why are you going back then?
Well, I finally have a way back, and I think I can end her.
So we're looking to remove her then?
That's the plan.
Take her place.
Get rid of her at the very least. I have a lot of sisters who might be better rulers than me, but at least that way I'd get to be back home. Wouldn't have to be in this sheet heap anymore.
Had the information about the House of Hags been shared?
Daphne deciphered it, and so Daphne shared that for sure.
You cast exposition?
Yes.
Cast exposition.
The trick is getting her to stop.
Did you share that with the whole party or just with Iimish?
Probably just to Iimish, but loudly.
Okay.
Normal Daphne volume.
Yes.
So you part of the House of the Hags, or what? These people that came to stop you?
Yeah, they're my mom's bodyguards, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there more to that question?
There is, but there's a question for me as a player first.
Sure.
So Iimish would be, somewhat savvy about the Fae courts. How much sway do the House of Hags have?
They are one of the higher noble houses. They are
Okay.
among the three leading houses.
Okay, good to know.
Again, through conniving and backstabbing and things constantly changing in the courts,
Well,
but...
Iimish and Benny both don't care how it happens, just that it exists. So, if we're able to get you back and you take over to the House of the Hags, would you be able to grant clemency to someone else who's been exiled?
Of course, yeah. Now, something like that would be a mighty expensive favor. And she grins at you in a way that is very, very hungry.
Aggressively Fae-like.
Very predatory.
I don't know, maybe she's just really into Iimish after seeing his numerous displays of violence.
It could be.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, I'm wise enough to not assume that.
You sure about that? What's your wisdom score?
It's +1 overall, bonus.
Damn.
Yeah. Iimish is smart and wise. He's not dexterous, which is odd.
Hilarious for a barbarian.
Well, it's because of his third leg. He's always tripping over that
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
What? It's well established. This is part of our canon. It's like
true.
you don't even listen to these
Yeah,
episodes.
yep, never.
Not even once as our editor.
Nope,
That's
never.
part of this is what we call the Iimish canon.
So Iimish is very intrigued by this comment, though, and
Sure.
and immediately is just so what would that cost?
I'd have to think on that a little bit. I mean, that's a favor for a favor if we're calling it blanks, but if we want to be a little bit more explicit terms, I mean, monetary cost, blood for a favor, that's always very useful.
To be honest, we've already traded blood for that favor, and
Oh, no. All the blood you've given so far was bought, fair and square.
that's fair. You're not wrong, but I can't help but try and press my advantage here. You don't get home without us, and I'm not asking for something that major.
I would like you to roll parlay, please.
Oh,
Plus charisma.
I would like to flip my coin.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Do it.
Okay, so I don't have a coin in front of me right now, so I've got a D6, and I'm gonna go odds and evens.
Sure.
And
Odds or heads, evens or tails, or...
I was gonna go the other way around.
Sure. All right.
I forget what I'm aiming for. Heads or tails?
You want heads. Evens are heads, so you want a heads.
That is a 4.
So you pull the coin, you've got it on your little spinner.
Yeah.
You pull the coin out of your pocket and you're just kind of fidgeting it, and it comes up on a heads as you make your statement. And she grins at you for a second. Again, that very hungry look on her face. She just, that's a fair point there, Iimish. Now, again, the escort here is bought and paid for. Exemplary service from a loyal subject, we'll say, can earn someone favor back into the courts.
I'm comfortable calling it that for now.
Oh, no. It's, again, bought service is still service. You qualify. You've all been doing the job exemplary. I mean, every single one of you would qualify as a loyal subject at this point.
Lorelei does not like that statement.
Now, I have been perfectly clear and transparent with the terms. It's these questions that have got you into murky waters.
This is why you don't ask questions of clients.
That's exactly why we started asking questions.
Less you know, the better.
That's one take on it.
You get paid, you do a job, you say goodbye, you don't worry about it again.
And Marianne picks up pace, skipping again. So you guys continue down the road to a 3-way fork in the road. There's a left, there is a center, and there is a right in the path that you guys are on. Which direction are you guys going?
Hey kid, do you remember which way we need to go? You live around here, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't. I live in the village. I don't.
Completely forgot about the kid.
Again.
Again, there's a child with us.
I would like to use navigate.
All right.
Ooh, you
Go
got
for it.
you got an ability for this?
It's a general move.
Oh, okay.
When you plot the best course through dangerous or unfamiliar lands, roll int. On a 10+, I'll do the roll first.
Yeah. Do the roll, and I'll tell you what happens.
Next time we pick up a map or something. Holy crap.
That is a 10.
Nice. So on a 10+, all right, you avoid dangers and distractions and reaching a point of the GM's choosing before you need to make camp. So, Alice, left, center, or right?
Go left, go left, go left, go left, go left.
If you're in a maze, don't you always have to go right? Is that how that
We're
works?
not in a fucking maze.
Lorelei just sort of pushes them both aside. What do the roads look like? What does left, center, and right look like?
Yeah. Left road has heavy growth over the top of it, so lots of trees high. Road to the right has lots of low brush. Road in the center is paved.
Well, that seems promising. If you're going to a place,
Or ominous.
it probably has paved roads.
Now, Lorelei is going to sort of pause and look down each route in turn. And the paved road is, that seems obvious. But Lorelei is paranoid.
Did anyone leave any graffiti or signs on the ground?
None.
I think
Graffiti.
Lorelei just sort of shushes everyone, and then her big ass rabbit ears sort of twitch in each direction. Which one is the quietest?
Center.
So we're not going there. What do I hear on the left?
Left road with the high branches. It's distant and it's faint and it's fairly quiet, but you can hear what sounds like a magic hat.
And then to the right?
You can hear battle corgis.
Those are both very good.
Lorelei's ears both kind of fold down, and she turns around. Well, left we have magic hat bastards, and to the right we have battle corgi bastards, so
Fucking love magic hats. Let's go towards the magic hats.
one for left. And then Lorelei looks at Daphne.
Center.
Oh.
Santa is quiet, and that's suspicious as shit. So that is not one that I'm offering. Although your clip-clops will sound excellent.
I trust the quiet.
Lorelei ignores Daphne then and turns to Taku.
Taku and Pipesy both indicate that they think the corgis are the way to go.
Rosmo?
Well, I vote magic cats because the corgis are what we're explicitly trying to avoid given certain company.
All right, so that's 2 votes for corgis, 2 votes for the
And 1 vote for the center road.
Lorelei looks back at Daphne and is like, you still want center?
Given that Daphne said center and Rosmo agreed with me, Iimish changes his vote to center. He's like, you know what? Let's go center.
You spiteful son of a bitch.
There's only one person I love here, and it's not you.
No, I get it. You love pissing all over everyone else's parade.
No, you have made that very clear, Iimish.
Oh, he looks a little hurt.
Ooh, drama.
Lorelei looks at Rosmo and is like, I'm good with magic cats.
Taku flicks a fingernail out from between his teeth and ruffles Iimish's hair and is like, I love you too, buddy.
I'm just surprised Taku actively chose the path that would lead to more confrontation, probably.
He's got a taste.
Well, here's what I know. Whatever you guys want, that's where the conflict is.
Solid basis. Judge thinks.
Lorelei is gonna go left. That's what she's pushing for. Gonna kind of start ambling along to the left and look back at the others and just be like, I think Leftington is the way to go. It's our favorite street after all.
I trust Lorelei's sense of direction.
Daphne, do you want to go center?
I'm not partial to splitting up the crew, especially on a job. So if Lorelei is determined to go left, let's go left.
If we both go this way, like she might decide to come this way too.
Or we'll just end up on our own without Marianne.
We could find out.
Sure.
Honestly, Marianne is probably going to go with the person who has done the best job of keeping Marianne alive so far, which is obviously Taku.
So Daphne and Iimish go center as Lorelei goes left, correct?
That's a choice.
I need a nap, not to go off on my own.
Where does everybody else go?
Shit.
So Taku's adopted human child, Pipesy, and I assume Marianne, because Marianne has not taken a single point of damage thanks to Taku's illusions and all of the hard work he has done to keep her safe.
Does she know
I think
that?
well, she does, because she's seen me redirect all of the violence onto Rosmo in her place.
You're probably not wrong. I was just asking.
Thanks again for that, by the way.
Yeah, anything to help you prove yourself to the rest of the party so that your redemption arc can continue, my dear, dear friend.
Yep, that's going swimmingly right now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna follow the person whose number comes up. So this is the moment in time where Taku considers his priorities and the moment and goes, you know what? Daphne's out of balance, and I am committed to helping her. So he follows after Daphne and Iimish.
Wow.
So Marianne steps up as you guys start to part in the road, and she says, now, if you guys are suffering a little internal strife here, we can make this a competition. We can do both.
Iimish instantly perks up and turns around and stops because he heard competition.
His third leg is at attention when competition is said.
As you guys start looking at her, you're certain that you can see a second of her, almost like she's occupying the same space twice with a slight delay or something. And then one of them turns to face those that are looking down the center road, and one turns to face those that are looking down the left road. And they both say in unison, we can do both. And whoever gets me there less harm can be the winner and take a prize.
That's a neat trick.
And again, that very not friendly smile, the smile that only reaches her teeth.
Less harmed. So it's sounding like either way, if we take this route, we lose our bonus.
Well, I mean, we all know what we've seen so far along the way since we got on that first boat. The chances of me not getting hit are getting vanishingly slimmer.
Can Iimish do a discern realities just to check in on Marianne? He wants to get a read on her.
Sure, go for it. What are you trying to pick up? What are you, the player, trying to learn?
He's trying to pick up her intention. It's more than that. This might be too much, but what he's looking for, I'm trying to pick up, not just her intent, but, because she wants to get home. He knows that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just a general state of her. Does she have...
You want a vibe check.
Yeah, I do want a vibe check, and there's not really a role for that, as Alice presented
Roll
before.
charisma. Roll charisma.
Roll charisma.
You can do your own vibe check. Yeah, you can do your own vibe check with
well,
this.
that'll be fun.
I'm having a fucking blast right now.
Well, the roll was fantastic.
Uh-huh.
I have a -3.
Uh-huh.
It was a natural 10, so 7. So I still get something.
She is not unhappy with the idea of a competition happening here. She is not upset about this. It's not that she is trying to, seize on an opportunity of conflict within the party. It's more that this scenario, I think you guys have probably all picked up on the fact that she's a hag.
Shocking.
This scenario leads to the potential of a really good deal for her. If the party splits, you guys may need favors.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Thank you for that. That actually seems like a very appropriate...
She's putting us in a situation.
Yeah.
No. You guys are putting yourselves in a situation, and she is seizing on it. As you guys are standing there, it is drawing into the late hours of the afternoon. It's getting to 5, 6 o'clock. The sun is starting to come down. And she looks at this fork in the road. She just says, there's a nice little clearing right off back there. Be a great place for us to make camp for the night. We can rest up, and in the morning, split up, and both of me can go with you guys, and we can have a fun little race to the end, or, who can keep Marianne from getting hit the most. It could be a ton of fun.
That's convenient because the strange powers that motivate us to do the insane things we do, I think, they feel like they're about to leave us for a while.
With that, Iimish will actually stop and look up at Daphne and just say, she's unusually comfortable with us being separated. I don't like that. So if we can get...
Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too. I think we need everyone to agree on what the heck we're gonna do. Even if it means that we don't...
better time to come up with a plan than at a...
No. This is us talking separately.
Okay.
This is...
Marianne was not invited.
She starts speaking up, and Iimish puts his hand out, stop.
Shut the fuck up. If need be, this is Iimish, grabbing Daphne's horns and pulling her head towards him and speaking dome to dome, so that it's as quiet as possible. I like a lot of what she's offering, but right now it seems a little bit dirty, a little bit off. I don't mind bringing her back to her homeland, but she's trying to separate us right now, and I don't like that.
She seems too eager, and we both know that an eager fae is a fae to be wary of.
Very right.
Thinks of how often Daphne and Iimish have both been eager about things and how that has turned out. And whether I can actually hear or not, because I don't know if wisdom is a perception thing in this one, let it be known that if I could, I would 100% agree with everything Iimish is saying, because it always does go pretty poorly when the fae I know get too eager.
So Daphne, do you even think that we should continue on with this?
I really don't think we have a choice. We took the job. I think we just make sure to stay together.
Well, we always have a choice. If you tell me that this is wrong, then we can fuck off on this job. I don't care at all.
God, Daphne's so tempted.
I will say, both of you would know, being fae, that as money has not yet changed hands, nothing is finalized. You have an agreement, not a contract.
There are things here that I would like to pursue, but she seems to be offering everything with no obligations. That sounds like a lie from a fae.
Yeah, I think we just continue the job, but only do the job. Nothing extra, no deals, no bargains, no offers for little extra bits if we just, help a little bit.
That's fair. I don't like the idea of her being interested in us separating.
Well, we just don't do it. Daphne's gonna grab hold of Iimish and clip-clop over to where Lorelei is. I think we're gonna go with you.
Iimish will instantly support that statement and just be like, yep, that's exactly right. We think you chose the right way.
Well, Lorelei looks at them. Normally, she's pretty bubbly, and normally she'd be like, oh, okay, we're gonna move on. And she kind of just squints.
Iimish squints back.
Behave.
Sorry.
Convenient. That's, Real convenient. And she looks back at the Marianne's, plural. Is like, let's make camp. We can, talk about this in the morning.
Fair enough. We'll come up with a plan tomorrow morning. Everybody, let's get some rest, get a little bit of grub, tell some spooky stories. I'm sure some of you have something that's great to hear.
This one time, I met this arsonist, a tiny, violent man.
Slander. Lies and slander.
So, Marianne snaps her fingers, and there's a small clearing off the road that you can just sort of see from the road. Fire pit is already there. Your bedrolls laid out in little canvas tents for you, unpacked from your bags as you were carrying them. She says, I took the liberty. That one's on me. That's my decision. Nobody has to pay nothing for it. Just something to make this first night in the wilds a little bit easier for us. But I'm bushed, so I'm going to go have me a little nippy nap. As she was talking to you, the two Mariannes merged back together.
I'm going to very suspiciously open up my bindle and make sure that all of the cans of food and my garret and everything else that Rosmo gave me as a way to try and make up for the horrible things he did to me are still in there. Because I can't, I am mystified about how she got my bedroll out of there. Like, I cannot put that together.
All right, we got to make sure we string up the guy who's unconscious in a tree so the bears don't get him.
Oh, you left him on the road a ways back. Oh, no, you did bind him up. You did bind him up. Yep, I forgot.
Hold on. Oh, okay. I was like, how many of them are there? Because I remember saying I ate 6 bodies, and I'm worried that one of them wasn't dead yet.
No.
There were 5.
Still alive.
You ate 4.
No, I've got the last guy thrown over my shoulder, and I will hanging him up on the branch through the chain of the harpoon just to keep an eye on it.
Daphne's gonna pull 2 bedrolls over right near the fire for her and Iimish.
With Daphne laying down the bedrolls for Iimish and herself, Iimish goes and lays down on his and leans his head up back towards Daphne and just says, "You're the only one I trust."
I think that is a perfect place for us to end tonight's episode. Hey everyone, did you know that we've got a website? Come check us out at highendlowwiz.com. We've got player bios, character art, world info, and links to episodes of the show. You can also find us on Tumblr and Instagram at highendlowwizpod. For the geriatric millennials in the audience, you know who you are. You can find us on Facebook at highendlowwizpod as well. Come hang out with us in any one of those places, or all of them if you want to. Please give us a review on your listening platform of choice. Give us as many stars as you think we deserve, or if you're feeling generous, give us a whole lot more.
I didn't think Lorelei was going to be quite so cavalier.
Murder horny is a better way to say that.
What's with all your characters becoming inexplicably violent?
Yeah, remember Amy, the hangman Sunnington?
You made that character for me, Mike. You're the one who said I was a serial killer. I just leaned into it.
The innocent elementary school teaching archaeologist who just happens to also be a serial killer.
Oh, good times, good times.